This Saturday night, we have an art reception with Nate Flam, who is taking over the gallery for the first time. This Saturday, we are doing a couple special things. In the morning at 1 p.m., we've got Christine Baylog down doing a presentation on Caravaggio and his life, completely free. There's free stuff to give away. And then in the evening, 5 to 8 p.m., we have got Nate Flam down here doing a reception for his art gallery, which is taking over our walls in August. Thank you for coming down here today, sir.
Thank you for having me.
So we have not had you take over the gallery before, correct?
This is true.
And that's because you move around a lot.
Yeah, I do.
But you're from Sacramento.
That's right.
You're back in Sacramento.
Yep.
And we had to get him up there. So why don't you tell us a little bit about you, about your art, where you started with it all?
Sure. So I'm a freelance and independent illustrator. I do paintings for freelance and a couple of my own projects.
So, and you're currently working with game companies,
Yep.
designing stuff. He was showing me some stuff right before this. There's some freelance things you've done for people who just wanted art. We'll tell you how to get a hold of them if you want that yourself. You've also got some prints there, but there's one I'm going to save. There's something to do with H.P. Lovecraft that we'll talk about in a minute. But, so have you always done art, like as long as you can remember?
Yeah, so I started drawing when I was like 3, like any other kid, and I just kind of haven't stopped.
Okay, you just realized that those crayons could do more
Yeah.
than I did.
I,
I can't stay in the lines now.
I think just as a kid, I was always enamored with it, and all throughout high school, I was that kid who was drawn in the back of class. So it's just been a constant thing, and have slowly improved, and going to conventions a lot and meeting other artists and different publishers has been really my route to doing freelance and being professional with my art.
In keeping it steady.
Yeah.
I've seen. I mean, you work with pencils. You work with paints.
Yep.
What else do you use?
Mostly right now I'm painting. I use something called acrylic wash. It's kind of like acrylic, it's kind of like wash. That's what I do professionally most of the time. I've kind of narrowed down to that. In the past, I've done a lot of pen and ink. So I'll have some drawings and some pen and ink stuff in the show as well.
Okay, and at one point you even did a comic book.
I did.
We used to have it on the wall, but it's been a while. He's gone away from that. He's found other ventures.
Yep.
And is this where you see yourself with art? Like, let's show him this one here. Yeah, we'll save that one. Let's show him that one.
Sure.
So this is the kind of stuff that he does, and this is actually was a commission for a game, correct?
Yes, this is one game publisher that I'm working for currently. It's a whole bunch of Japanese mythological beings. There's about 16 of them. So this is only one of them, and I'm currently working on this project right now, as well as a couple others.
Do you know is it a card game? Is it a board game?
It's a board game, and there are cards with the characters on them. I think characters are kind of what I specialize in for board games.
Gotcha.
What I kind of enjoy doing the most.
Okay, so we'll let you guys know when it's out. You've still got work to do.
Yep.
The designer still has work to do, so we'll have you back on and talk about it then. But is doing board games what you like doing? Is it something that you want to keep doing, or is this a road and a step to something else?
You know, I always want to keep improving and moving forward and seeing what's next.
Mm-hmm.
I am a board gamer myself, and I'm a big fan of hobby games. So it was kind of a natural route in to do work for them, something that I enjoy. I also really enjoy comics. You mentioned that I did a short comic a while ago. And I grew up with comics. I love comics. And while I may not move into doing sequentials in the future, I'm definitely going to be looking into doing comic book covers.
That actually would be perfect with something like that. And I mean, I could definitely see you as a comic book cover artist, even if you don't want to do the sequentials and you have other things you want to work on.
Yeah.
Because what I was excited to talk to you guys about is this guy over here. He's got a project it's a ways off. Correct?
Yep.
We've got a little bit of time, but it's a book, an art book with facts and maybe short stories or synopsis
Yep.
about H.P. Lovecraft's creations. And
Yep.
This here is an example of some of the artwork we'll see, which is absolutely beautiful. Why don't you tell us what you're doing with this book?
So it's going to be a a visual illustrated Lovecraft book. I'm going to do all of his short stories as book covers, and then I'm going to include some of his characters. This is Old Man Marsh from The Shadows over Innsmouth. So I've done the character. I'll do a book cover for Shadows over Innsmouth, as well as some of his other short stories. I'm working on The Hound right now.
Okay.
And then, of course, all the classics, Call of Cthulhu, everything else. And so I'll have illustrations in the book, and then I'll have a synopsis of the story and some facts, maybe like Lovecraft's inspirations, what he was doing at that time when it was written, things like that.
Which will be interesting for both old fans and new fans, because old fans, you're obviously going to just enjoy the artwork in general and maybe get a little extra knowledge about H.P. Lovecraft. But for new fans, if you enjoy the artwork alone, that's one thing, but the synopsis and a little behind the scenes for H.P. Lovecraft may make a new fan out of you. Because I find H.P. Lovecraft, nowadays there seems to be a lot of, it's 50-50. You either are in love with him,
Yep.
or you can't see the attraction. I personally love it.
He's really tough to get into because his work is so dense. But that's one of the reasons why I do want to do this book. It's because it could serve as an introductory, people getting into it, because a lot of people do enjoy his creations. A lot of people be like, oh, who's H.P. Lovecraft? They don't know. And then I'll mention Cthulhu, and Cthulhu's been out there so much.
Yes.
Like, oh yeah, I think I saw that on South Park or whatever. So
I guess, yeah, he's been absolutely everywhere at this point.
Right. So I think the book could serve as a good introduction by people enjoying the art and then knowing a little about the story, just enough to get them interested, and then go read it themselves. No big spoilers or anything like that.
Okay, that's perfect. You guys, that's a ways off, but we'll be able to see that one on the wall.
Yep,
That one here.
This one will be on the wall.
You guys will be able to take a peek at it. His stuff will be up all month. You can also find him. You're going to be doing CrockerCon.
Yep.
You're going to Gen Con, but you're not doing a table.
Correct.
So you might run into him. If you see him, say hi. I know we get a lot of locals who go there. And will we be seeing you more often at cons, maybe around here? SacCon?
Yeah, I think so. Anytime there's a good local convention, yeah, always down to show my work.
Well, until then, in case you don't see him there, you don't run into him, if you wanted a commissioner, you just wanted to talk to him, where can they find you online?
So all of my social media, you can follow me at Nate Flam, just my name.
That's simple.
And then my website is also my name, Nate Flam.
That's very convenient. There's like...
I have my email as Nate Flam too.
I don't know how you do that. There's other Ben Schwartzes in Sacramento. And in fact, that guy who makes shoes annoys me because he goes to my vet too.
You know,
they always confuse me.
I think what it is, if you get enough of the social media tags, then you'll just claim them.
Just take them all.
Yeah.
All right, or start
If you
buying
get like
them for
6 of
ridiculous
them,
prices.
you know, nobody else
wants to even bother.
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
It's about the monopoly of names.
Right, well, Nate Flam, guys, 2 M's. Look him up. We'll have some links here. You can check it out. And this Saturday, August 5th, from 5 to 8, come down, say hi, support local, be encouraging, and just see his art on the wall. We'll see you guys then. Thank you for coming in, sir.
Cool. Thanks, man.